WTF. Take 2.
Yeah? Everybody's here. Are we here? We're taking 2. Yeah.
Take 2.
In the biz, we call that a take dose.
We call it a case of the Mondays. Am I right?
Every time someone says that, an angel dies. And when I say angel, I mean a porn star. A porn star dies.
Right.
Because they're the real angels in this world, Jabes. I don't know what happened for those of you watching live on YouTube right now, but I'm not happy about it, Jabes. I am not happy about it.
Nothing happened.
No, it's fine. Welcome, kids. Love to have you on this Monday. Daddy's trying to shake out the cobwebs. I feel like we can tell the audience, right?
Okay.
What happened yesterday?
I don't know.
Oh, you weren't there. You weren't there. I apologize. That's right. I feel like you are with me every single day, though, if that makes sense.
Oh, how sweet in your heart. Oh, how sweet. Is that what you mean? I'm with you every day.
Yeah.
In
just
spirit.
She's
not dead.
A little tiny girl in my heart.
Right. I keep her at home.
Yep.
But I take her with me in spirit.
Yeah. It's like that bird. It's like Lenny petting the mouse in Mice and Men, you know? She's taking right out of my pocket, and I'll pet you, but that mouse has been dead. Yep. Yeah.
That analogy went off the rails, but
I think it's exactly on time for where I'm at mentally right now.
Because I was gonna say that it feels like a crazy person was in here.
Yes.
When I walked in, I could just feel the energy of that.
Hammer the like button if you're watching on YouTube, and I will tell you this crazy story. So, our biggest show, second biggest in the history of our media company, was the 2016 election prediction show, right? I called every single state except for Pennsylvania. Everybody has been waiting for this, and including myself. I'm amped. I hate Nate Silver, obviously, because he predicted one thing right, and then after that, nothing. Like, nothing has even been close for Nate Silver. And I looked at his map yesterday, and we could fill it out. You know, you could kind of press a button and make it turn blue or red. They added a fun little purple in there, as if that's going to happen. We did have Spike Cohen on the show, the Libertarian vice presidential nominee. So the purple is for Libertarian, I guess. Mm-hmm. They're not going to win one state, but it's a fun thing, though. It's a fun, wishful thing.
Right.
But with that, we are in Austin, and we thought to ourselves, man, who would be the best guest in Austin to come on the election prediction show? Someone that Rogan doesn't have on anymore, and the episodes were pulled from the catalog.
Sure, and we just lean right into all of that.
We had Alex Jones on yesterday on a Sunday afternoon, and man, when I say that this is one of the craziest shows of all time.
Audio. Go ahead.
When I say this is one of the craziest shows of all time, it was.
I don't know if you want to give away too much, though, right? So when is that show going to be coming out? Do you know?
I believe on Wednesday. I believe in my heart that it's Wednesday.
Okay.
Therefore. And
there was
I believe in my heart.
There was a lot of craziness.
Yep.
He's a lot different from when I met him.
Yeah.
When I met him, he was very best behavior, great, whatever. So I don't know if we should give away too much, because the twists and turns that I heard, the craziness that ensued, the had to be there stuff.
Yeah.
I think we should maybe leave for the surprise of it. Is there anything that you will say to sort of tease that situation?
Alex is now drinking again. And
we could probably leave it at that.
Yeah. We had an absolute bender. I want to say that show was 3.5 hours. What you reckon there, Papa G?
3 hours?
Papa Giorgio.
Oh, are we talking with the break or without the break?
The break?
All together.
We had a cheeseburger break, guys.
Cheeseburger break.
When you drink this much First Leaf, go ahead and use that promo code and that URL, Drinkin Bros /First Leaf.
Try firstleaf.com/Drinkin Bros. That'll get you 6 bottles for $30 of wine, which is amazing. But we brought out the wine. Jared was on yesterday, so he mid-show had to take a break, go to P. Terry's and get what seemed like 90 burgers.
Okay.
And that went down. We did the election prediction show. We talked about everything that is currently going on in the universe, and it was amazing. It was crazy.
Sure.
It was a beautiful disaster, and that's all I can say about it. So
I cannot wait. I can't wait for possible cook-off with him. I can't wait for the beautiful relationship that is going to form behind the scenes.
DC Cherry says, I've got to go into physical therapy. I'll catch you later, Jabes. Amazing as always. B. Bess and Ross, we need an update on the keeps. Got to see that salad on your head. For sure. This week, look, full disclosure, I didn't shower yesterday. I didn't have time. I just didn't. Therefore, I threw on my finest, what is this, a Miller Lite hat? Bush?
It's
is it Bush?
Bush? Yeah, and it's not even Bush Light.
Whatever it is today.
Bush heavy.
It's Bush heavy, dude.
They send me the hats. I wear the hats, and I don't know or care. And I threw this on. Can't see the salad today. It would look as greasy as some of Jabel's ex-boyfriends. Yeah. We talked about your dirty mechanics show.
What? On this show?
Yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
You only used to date like filthy mechanics.
Yeah.
Including one in Austin. I'm surprised he hasn't reached out.
He doesn't live here anymore.
Oh, so you looked.
No, I didn't look. But we're like, when you met him, we were like friends. It was like a high school boyfriend, right?
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like we're fine.
Sure.
But yes, we're friends on Instagram. I can see what people are doing.
Oh, gotcha.
And then also our late night talks, our midnight.
Sure.
Secret talks in the
FaceTimes.
closet is like the other time that I know, but for the most part, it's from Instagram.
From Instagram,
yeah.
And FaceTime is just occasionally, like 4 to 6 times a week, or
yeah. And late night, I just wait till everyone's asleep and stuff like that, or when
Sure.
I go for a walk or a run or something like that. But other than that, just from Instagram, very very cash, very innocent.
Does he do it underneath the car, like with the car and the grease? Like, is that the thing that you love the most, where it's just like, man, this is down 4 quarts,
Right.
Right. And then the FaceTime comes up. Is that what gets you?
Yeah, and he sets the phone sort of on top of the oil pan, right? Like as he, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I don't really know what he's up to between those
today.
times.
Today, yeah.
Like today, because I just talked to him like a couple days ago.
Yeah, we're here. We're here, so it's like, you can't obviously
Everyone
pop on a
knows this is
FaceTime now.
all untrue. Everyone knows that. But anyway.
I wish we had time for extramarital affairs, but we do not.
Sure, but we don't.
James.
We both would love to. He gave Cherry gave $25. I'm sorry I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Thank you, DC. And also I've worked on a Christmas Melania.
What?
I've worked on a Christmas Melania thing.
Oh, today? Is that what he's going to miss today?
That's what he's going to miss. Sorry,
all right.
DC.
So let's get into it, shall we, kids? Kayleigh, our girl Kayleigh McEnany, the press secretary for the White House, has just tested positive for COVID-19. Now, our show is off the air as of Thursday. Thursday is our little Friday.
Right.
And
we get crazy.
So, with that, we missed out on everything that happened on Thursday night at 1:15 in the morning because we weren't on air. So,
of course we did.
Just to give you a quick recap, the Trumpers, Papa Trump, and the First Lady, Melania, tested positive for COVID, and then subsequently every single person that they were in contact with over the last 2 weeks. Kellyanne Conway went down. Chris Christie went down. Tom Tillis went down. You name it, they went down. This morning is the only person that was left. I was like, what about Kayleigh? What happened to Kayleigh?
Right.
And sure enough, Kayleigh went down,
Right.
I haven't been this worried about a Kayleigh since Casey Anthony, I think. Nailed it.
Is that her name?
Boom. Was that her name?
Is that the kid's name?
We get a quick check on that?
I think it
If
was baby
is.
Kayleigh, yeah.
Yeah. Gosh. Ross, am I that fast?
You really are.
It's amazing that I am.
You're technically not fast. You're from the future.
I
it's
think
a little
that
different.
I think that I might be. But she just tested positive this morning, and I'm going to be honest, those afternoon pressers that she gives are going to be a little sad for the next couple weeks. Because let's face it, is there brains there? Sure. But there's a whole lot of beauty. And she's one of the faves. She's one of the faves right now. So she's down. Everybody else is down. And right after that, Friday's big story that they were going to scoop was Anderson Cooper of like, oh, it's just Shampers on New Year's with Andy Cohen, chugging dicks. His big exclusive story was that girl who illegally taped Melania Trump. And then, well, I guess it's not illegal. Well, she didn't know.
It's leaked.
It's leaked.
It's
yeah.
leaked from her
best friend. So Melania's best friend recorded her phone conversations.
No, it's somebody that works in the White House, but yeah.
Wrote a book, and then no, this is her bro, right? That she was just having a chat.
This Christmas phone call is from a chief of staff.
Boy, you got to get confirmation on this.
Yeah. Go ahead, keep talking.
But these tapes were leaked of these phone conversations, and Anderson Cooper's, surprise story that he was just really gonna get him with another October surprise, turned out to do nothing because, again, he got trumped. Everybody gets trumped in the media. Literally gets trumped.
Right.
Trump gets COVID. Melania gets COVID. That story gets buried. The tapes got buried, essentially. But I took the time to play them because I wanted to hear what the big story was. What was the big scoop? And needless to say, I was on the opposite side of this one, for me personally. So if you haven't heard the Melania tapes, she starts bitching about Christmas. Who is it with?
It is with a former associate at the White House.
Okay.
So she's, there's a few people that she can talk to, right?
Correct.
In the White House.
There's a few people that any of those guys can talk to.
Any of them can talk to. Yeah. So she's bitching to someone, and her name's Stephanie, whatever. She was telling her, yeah, I know, but you have to do it. Like, I know it sucks. And
decorating the White House for Christmas.
Yeah. She's clearly a staffer that's trying to just listen, but it is a former. Therefore, it was leaked. Do you know what I mean?
Ah, gotcha.
Stephanie Winston Wolkoff.
Is that her fucking name?
Yeah.
Stephanie Winston Wolkoff.
That's
something you would ironically name your French poodle, Where
right.
You're just like, oh, who's that? Oh, this is Princess Stephanie Nelson Wolkoff.
Right.
Wyckoff. Whatever her fucking name is. Winston's her middle name?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if it's middle or if she's hyphenated or what.
Who knows? She's probably her father sold diamonds in the Midwest or something like that,
Right.
Welcome to the Winston Wolkoff collection. It's amazing. Would you like a princess cut for your lovely lady? Only 19 months of your paycheck. You can get one of these beautiful diamonds from Winston Wolkoff.
No, you're
Wolkoff.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
Whatever, man. So she taped her. And here's what I loved about it, me personally, right? I always thought Melania was kind of like this fembot who just never talked. And it was just like, I know. Be best. I don't care. Hi, goodbye.
Every man, woman,
child,
be best.
Be best, right? Finally, on these leak tapes, I got to hear what she was really like. First of all, she cusses like a sailor, which we love on this show, obviously.
Sure.
On all of our shows.
Sure.
She said, fuck these kids, I believe. Fuck the White House and fuck all of this shit. And it was, she did. I think the exact quote was fuck these kids, if I'm not.
No.
It was not?
No.
Somebody proof that.
I could do the whole thing for you, probably verbatim.
Oh, do it.
I work so hard. I'm doing so much. He's telling me I'm not doing anything. It's like they wanted me to do the Christmas, and I put up the Christmas. Who gives a fuck about Christmas? So I'm doing Christmas. I'm going here and there, and then they start talking about kids at the border. Okay? And I try and get the kid reunited with the mother. I try and get the kid reunited. They don't care about that. If I go to Fox News, then they would do it. But I'm not going to go to Fox News. It's this media because they hate us, and I care about the kid. But, I mean, what the fuck are we doing? And it really did make me love her. As Tim Dillon said, we should be voting for all the first ladies. I mean, Jill would be better than Joe. Melania would be better than Trump. I mean, these girls are the ones that really have their fucking shit together. She's like, look, dude, I'm doing so much shit that nobody cares about, is basically what she was saying. You know what I mean? And it's like, I have other things I can be doing. I have my whole Be Best campaign, my Be Best.
Yeah.
You be best, I be best, everybody be best. I could be working on that, but here I am putting a fucking Christmas. Who cares about Christmas? Okay, so it made me like her. I think it endeared her to everyone. She didn't say fuck the kids. She added in
she said fuck Christmas though, right?
She said, who gives a fuck about Christmas was the most that she went in that way.
Yeah.
But she was saying she's trying to do Christmas and they're not, she's doing all this stuff and all they want to fucking talk about is the kids not separated at the border. I tried to get the kids together with the mother.
And she said, Obama was the one who did that anyway.
Yeah, they didn't say anything when Obama did. It's just because they hate us in this liberal media, and I could go to Fox News and they would talk about it, but I'm not going to fucking go there. So that was the gist of it, and I got it, and it all made sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't.
Yes.
It wasn't, and you are right. It was the lady that wrote the book,
right?
but I didn't know that she actually was like a senior advisor to her.
Correct.
But anyway, it's like you're trying to be like a leaked phone call, and it's like that's not anything bad. It's like someone being like, ooh, I have a recorded thing of someone talking shit about you and they're not saying anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like this didn't do anything for anybody.
Nothing. And if anything, it made me actually like her because I didn't know what she was like. I mean, shit, when we were sitting with them that one time, she didn't say 2 words to anyone. So it was just like, I didn't know if she even talked, to be honest with you.
No, but she's just like so striking and good looking all the time.
And now to hear this conversation, it made her more human where it was like, dude, this is any other housewife bitching about anything that they have to do. And it made her more relatable, right?
Sure.
Because there's times where you were like, man, I don't want to fucking do this.
God. Fall decorations? Who has the fucking time? Like, when I see somebody like put up, that's the thing I was working on. Like, I do everything. I get the fall decoration. I get the leaf with the different color, and I get the wreath that's made out of the old straw, the hay. Whatever do the horses eat? And I make a fall decoration, and then I also have to do Halloween too. Who gives a fuck about fall? You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, I get all of that. Like, who fucking cares? Like,
right.
They give me these dumb jobs. It's like,
yeah,
I have the job of like putting autumnal stuff around the house. Like, fuck you. I only have time to go right to Halloween or right to Christmas, right? So yeah, I mean, I loved that. I love the leak calls. On top of that, I did love, since you guys talked about Trump having COVID.
Well, hang on. So, by the way, Anderson Cooper. So I watched the Anderson Cooper interview. He
wanted that to be his
He wanted that to be his thing. And then afterwards, he was like clutching his pearls of like how shocked he was. It was like,
sure.
Oh, can you believe all the things that she said? Yes, I can believe that. I can believe it out of every single housewife in America.
It was not bad at all.
Crazy.
There was nothing that she said that was in any way.
No, she's fine. So Anderson Cooper lost his story,
sure.
And
it was going to be his big thing, and it may have been. Like, anytime someone hears a leaked call, like, it's a phone call. So even you were like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it draws in your attention.
It draws in your attention.
I must hear this.
Like, you were misquoting it because it's called telephone for a reason.
Yeah.
So they get a leaked phone call, and then someone transcribes the thing, and then someone else goes, "Oh, she said fuck the kids." Like, no. She was literally just saying, "I don't want to do all this shit, and nobody cares about the stuff I actually do."
Right.
That's it.
Which is true.
Which is true, right? Which is true.
We got Homer Can too. He's watching on a sunny beach in Cancun all this week.
Oh,
God damn it, man.
Thanks,
buddy.
I
love you.
Didn't need to hear that, but thank you.
Me neither.
If we're going to be reading that stuff too, Craig is...
Me neither.
Craig loves your Bush hat.
Thanks.
Consider my text on Thursday with love and not hate. Remember when he texted you and you were like, God damn it, I'm fucking...
Craig, what are we doing, dude? What are we...
Mike Demo loved Jables on Dakota's show, Front Toward Enemy.
You were great on that.
Thank you. Yeah, yes. I may be... We don't know. We don't know what's happening with the show. But anyway.
You may be the last guest.
Well, I may have talked about some stuff
Dan
that got him
and
canceled.
Dakota are doing a brand new show. So we'll probably fold that show into the new show. It's called The American Party.
Right. And it may be
And that
going
starts
less
in,
or
like, 2 or 3
something like
weeks.
this.
Yeah.
Kayleigh Cothran?
Yeah.
Who's the supermodel with Ross today. Now,
I know.
I love that. And as much as I love that.
That's the first time anybody has said his name right, by the way. I always fuck it up.
Oh, Kaylin's?
He's a diehard Notre Dame fan.
Oh.
Yeah. So every year's terrible.
Oh,
for
you
those guys.
smart?
Yeah.
Is he smart? So, never in my life have I been called a supermodel. So thank you. I'm 5'2", so that just would never work out. And
it would
I
work
shut
out
down
if you
in
believed
front
in
of
your
the
heart.
camera. Yeah.
If you believed in your heart. Because there is countries around the world that are putting in 6 to 8 inches of metal rods in people's legs and
Like
extending their
Gattaca?
legs. Yes. So we could get you to 5, probably 5'8", safely.
Do you remember Gattaca?
Oh, yeah. I do remember Gattaca. Speaking of which, Gattaca, Ethan Hawke was in Gattaca. You and I last night watched the new Showtime series. It's got a weird name. Good Old Bird or something like that. What's the name of it?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Good Lord Bird.
Good Lord Bird with Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke, yeah. Being full Ethan Hawke.
Boy, it was a little too much Ethan Hawke for me. I love Ethan Hawke. So do you. That was way too much.
I do, but
Ethan
No
Hawke went
such
full
thing.
Ethan Hawke.
no such thing.
No,
I know,
no
and I
such
do,
thing.
and I do love him. And I also
I
love like how seriously he takes
to
it, how
differ.
ridiculous he is, and how much of a like actor he is. Like
No.
I wore a weighted coat because I wanted to feel the weight of the moment.
Of the
like,
character.
Just do your fucking job. It's
I
not
can't.
that hard.
So we watched this trailer. If you watch the trailer for this show, Dan, do you have a phone on you? Will you look
it's
that
a
up? Just look up
great-
the new Ethan Hawke show. The name of it.
It's the Good Lord Bird.
Are you sure?
Yep.
It just doesn't sound right.
Dan,
right?
what do I win if I get it right? What do I win?
What do you win?
So, yeah.
A bag of cherries. That's what you win.
One Dunkaroo.
One Dunkaroo.
One Dunkaroo.
Is
A
what
single
you win.
Ration.
Dunkaroo.
Single Dunkaroo. The new Ethan Hawke show. We turned this fucking thing on last night, and
The Good Lord Bird.
it is the Good Lord Bird. All right, good.
What do I win?
A
Just
bag of
kidding.
cherries.
Okay,
I told you I would
okay,
get you a
bag
fresh bag of cherries. Everyone knows how famous the cherries are down in Texas. That's not a thing, probably,
Nope.
but whatever. Let's make it one. Ethan Hawke went full. He went too much Ethan Hawke in this, and he's sweating a lot and screaming, and it was way, way too much Ethan Hawke in all of this. You fell asleep, so then I went to sleep right after you, and I was just
It
like,
was just
I can't-
overload, I think.
I can't do it.
You went to sleep first.
No, you definitely.
You were definitely asleep, and I looked over and
Passed
you were sleeping.
out.
And so then I decided to sleep because you were
I had to put a mirror underneath you to make sure you were alive.
sleeping. And so when I looked over and saw you sleeping, and that's why.
Yeah, and I used to date a lifeguard as a child, so like I knew how to do CPR, so I checked for that as well. And you were sleeping first. Ethan Hawke was too much Ethan Hawke last night, and when I saw the interview leading up to this, I was like, oh shit, I think he's probably gonna go too much Ethan Hawke in this.
I know, but
I want to talk about that weighted coat comment real quick.
sure. But the trailer, amazing.
Amazing
the
trailer.
Speech after with real Ethan.
Yep.
Carry on.
During this build up to the show, he was just like, man, no one's ever done a series or a movie about John Brown. It was like, I didn't know that anybody wanted that
Sure.
in this life. I had to go back and physically look up who John Brown was. 'Cause that wasn't a character in history that they were like, hey, man.
It was a controversial figure for
He was.
sure. Yeah.
He was, but not like, look, there's a lot of people who are super famous from the olden days who haven't been made into a TV show or a series yet.
Right.
Right? John Brown is probably way, way down that list where it was just like, all right, cool. It seems like an actor who was looking at it and saying to themselves,
can I
man,
make my
what
mark?"
would win me an Emmy or a Golden Globe if I did it John Brown? Because right now, because it involves slavery, like all of the Hollywood checklists right now. Slavery, white people helping black people, a slave dressing up as a woman in a dress, like all of the Hollywood boxes were definitely checked on this one. And then when he says, you know, I just felt like this character, like the weight of the world was on his shoulders. So it felt heavy. So I put weights inside of my coat, and I wore those around in every scene to kind of weigh me down, so I could feel what he was going through. It was like, all right, okay. All right, we're going to go too much Ethan Hawke in this. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Probably go too much Ethan Hawke. And that is exactly what happened. It was too much
Everybody
for me.
was going, and give it a look-see, but everyone was going really big in it, right? So... so it's a lot harder as an actor to not scream when you're pissed, right? Or not cry when you're sad. It's a very amateur move, right? So everyone, when they're pissed, it was really, and it's like not everybody's running around yelling at each other for even little things, right? It was just everyone was so fucking intense.
Yeah.
And it's just not how life is. Like I said, it's a lot easier to do that.
Yeah,
it says I'm mad here.
So
It says I'm really mad.
intense,
Okay, I'm going to yell at him and whatever. But anyway, I don't
know if I'll be revisiting it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I didn't mind it, but it was not my fave.
Yeah, no, not my fave. Too much Ethan Hawke.
I don't love an obvious contact lens as well. They were doing close-ups on the eye.
They did some close-up on his eyes. You could see the whole contact lens.
I just...
In 4K, you could see his fucking retina.
Right.
It's like, dude,
so,
what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And all of that is just so much. And I guarantee you, Ethan Hawke with the weighted coat and the contacts and the whole thing, he was living his best life. I was not last night, where I was just like, I am checking right out of here. Not gonna do that. So I gotta, unfortunately, push that one down the queue.
Right.
That one's pushed down the queue. The other one that Showtime was really gangbanging out there was this Comey thing.
Right.
The Comey rule. Popped on a little bit of that.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to know the answer here. It's the same thing. The guy who's playing Trump went too much. Brendan Gleeson went too much. Hey man,
too much of an underbite.
All of those shows right now, are just give me all the awards. That's the only reason we're doing this right now.
Right.
Just give me all the awards. That's the only thing that these fucking series are doing. Showtime is in general, going down that list. You with the slavery show. You've got 2 Trump shows. You got Comey, and there's a cartoon Trump show on there. I'm sorry, 4. There's a fucking documentary now about his taxes. So if you go on there, there's that. I don't know how they
the circus
slice that together that quick.
We can't deny at this point, totally against Trump. So I think they tried for a little while to be like, no, we're objective, whatever. But
Showtime is full of executives right now that just say, we hate everything on the right, and this is it, and this is what we're going to do, and we're going to live and die by this, and we're going to take all of the ratings down the toilet with us, and we don't really fucking care. They also did that Fox series. Remember on Roger Ailes with Russell Crowe?
Oh, right.
It got 135,000 viewers. 135,000 viewers. Madness. But they're just willing to risk it all. They're like, hey, man, we hate everybody so much. Let's take them all down and then take the network with us. And all 200,000 people can watch this bullshit and pretend to care. But I don't care. Jessie, I do not care.
We know.
At all. But what I do care about was I saw a rad trailer for the Chicago 7. Now that I'm amped about.
I am, too.
I like Aaron Sorkin. Look, Aaron Sorkin is one of the very best writers there is. Is he completely fucking off the rails left? You bet. But man, is he a fantastic writer.
Yeah.
So I'll always give his shit a shot. Always.
You always give his shit a shot?
Yeah, I'll give his shit a shot. Try saying that 7 times at home and then loving up on your sister. But yeah, I'll give that shit a shot. So when that drops... And here's the weird thing, what Netflix is doing is they're like, oh, it's going to be in theaters now. Where? What theater is that? Is there a theater open right now?
There are some. Yeah.
Where? Well, I'd love to know what theater is showing new movies right now. As they teeter on bankruptcy, they just pushed that James Bond movie back again. And theater owners today were just like, all right, great. Some of them closed down. They were like, we're not getting any new movies until March of next year.
Right.
We can't survive. But with the Netflix thing, what theater is that? Did you Did you order something from Amazon and then just cut the sides off the box and then you're just showing it on the side of that, like on the side of the street? Where are we showing that thing? Give it to me now on Netflix. Don't put a trailer on TV and say, oh, bye, it's in theaters, and then it'll be on Netflix in 2 hours. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to watch it when it comes on Netflix, but I don't know what theater is showing movies right now, nor do I really want to go in one right now.
No.
There is nothing that I'm like, shit. Like, because people were asking if I was mad about not seeing Tenet. No, Robert Pattinson's in that, and I really can't do that guy. Where I'm just like, I'm good. I'll catch it. You know what I'm saying? I'll catch it.
Sure.
Christopher Nolan's the master of making movies that everyone will say they love and then pretend to understand. And it's like no one understands what that is.
Right.
He's great at it. I thought I knew Inception in my own mind and heart. I have my own ending in that. That I think that I know what it is. It's probably nowhere near close to him. Like if I sat down and had dinner with him, he'd probably be like, "Hey man, what'd you think of Inception?" I'd be like, "Oh man, it was awesome." And then at the end, when the thing was spinning, right, they all went back in time into another dimension. And I'd probably be like, "No, not at all, not at all, bro." And I think what I've heard is Tenet's the same way, where it's just like, "Hey, good luck with figuring out this ending."
Right.
Unless you have dinner with me, you're not going to know what it is. And then Fast and Furious 19, obviously you're amped about.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a huge diesel head. Everybody knows that about me.
Yeah.
I am a diesel head. Head of the fan club. Love everything he does. Buy all of his albums.
Yep.
I never thought I'd be able to say that. Thankfully, I can say that now.
You can say that now, yeah.
And yeah, I consume everything that he does.
Unleaded or diesel?
Diesel
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not coming out until, say, May of next year. I know they pushed Top Gun till 4th of July of next year. Like, none of these theaters will be able to stay open. There's no way. Not that I would want to go into one either right now.
Right.
I'd rather go to a bar. I feel it's more safe at a bar than I do at a movie theater.
Well, if you're in New York, in certain 9 different zip codes, that will not be possible if it gets approved tomorrow. So de Blasio wants to shut back down to phase 1, completely shut down.
This is the phone call I had. All right, so
Okay.
All right, we had a conference call, what was it, 2 Sundays ago?
Oh, that's right.
So one of our big advertisers is in New York, and he was like, he has to do this conference call on a Sunday, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm down, but this is extremely rare. We usually like to hang out with the family, turn off the phones and not do anything, right?
Sure.
Obviously, if it's somebody like Alex Jones or somebody, yes, we'll come in to do it, but typically we shut her down for the day, don't really answer anything, and kind of hang. Well, I had this one call that was at 4:00 in the afternoon on a Sunday, and I said, "Hey, man, what's up?" Zoom, obviously.
Right.
And he pops up, and he's just like, "Hey, I apologize. New York might get shut down again, so I want to do this call right now and kind of get it over with."
You're
or
like,
whatever.
no way, whatever.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So that's real.
So it's real as far as de Blasio made an announcement, and if
New York
they
is imploding.
approve it, yeah. So because of the recent spike, but he's only closing down places like in Queens, Sheepshead Bay, Paumanok. I mean, all these places that you're like, okay, but they could probably do with a little economic resurgence. These places, right?
Here,
so it's
yes,
like,
in particular, like Queens,
it's mostly
man.
in Queens, right?
Yeah.
So it's like everything that was starting to reopen is now going to, or any glimmer of hope that they have, would now completely shut down again. It'd go back to phase 1, essential only.
No way.
That's insane. I don't see a world where it gets approved, and maybe he knows it's not going to be approved. Like, I don't want to go down that road,
No,
but
so here's the thing, because we had this conversation last night with Alex Jones. I think it was after the show, though, so I'm not giving anything away. But when you're president, right, you can say, open up the countries. But it doesn't stick because governors can shut down their states and then mayors can shut down their cities.
right, but it covers everybody's ass, right? So when Trump says that, he knows they're not going to, but it covers his ass as far as what he pushes for, right? So same with de Blasio, right? Like, he probably knows it's not going to happen, but it's like, I tried, but it didn't happen. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, and you get to save face.
Sort of. And here's why I say sort of. With de Blasio in his case, right? He's trying to shut down New York City.
Right.
And all the boroughs. The one he's going to have to answer to that can override him isn't going to be the president. It's going to be Cuomo.
Right.
So now you're going to be Democrat on Democrat on this decision. And look, I represent Queens, but I was raised out of Brooklyn. And I can tell you the struggles of Queens. Like, if you shut that down,
That's
they will
not true.
fucking riot, by the way. What?
That you were...
It's a rap lyric,
No,
Jessie,
I know. I just
from,
wanted to make
LL
sure
Cool
for all the
J.
little dum-dums. That,
Yeah,
you know.
it is a rap lyric from LL Cool J, as us honkies say. If you shut down Queens, you're going to have a real fucking problem on your hand. There's still some scrapes left of mafia out there. Like, somebody's going to send somebody in for de Blasio on that one. There's no way you're going to shut down Queens.
Yeah.
Not a prayer.
Yeah.
I can promise you that.
For sure.
Especially like those barbershops and all that stuff out there.
I agree.
No way.
I agree.
And if it does happen, I don't know why you would live in New York anymore. And, you know, we watched the Seinfeld thing last night on 60 Minutes where he was like, it's great. It's great to be a New Yorker. It is if you're that rich right now. If not, this is the bullshit you have to deal with. And, yeah, Jerry, go down to Queens if they shut down Queens and let me know how that is for you. Take your vintage, 1916 Model T or whatever the fuck it is. Just ride that through the streets of Queens as all of the business owners are locking up their stores. Let me know what your reaction is. It'll be crazy. Maybe you can throw some airline peanuts at them. You fucking idiot. Come on, man. We watched that last night and it was just like, and his smug ass looked in the camera. I loved his remark though.
I know.
Where he was talking about the guy who wrote that op-ed piece. Or from LinkedIn, who was like, fuck Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And he goes...
The putz from LinkedIn.
Yeah. And he goes, what am I supposed to apologize because I did better than you? No, fuck you. And it was like, all right, cool, man.
Sure.
But that line's definitely going to stick. And if you're shutting down New York this week, I'm sure that op-ed piece is going to come back and...
I know, but it would really kind of... the putz from LinkedIn... would actually be the one that is right. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the rich motherfucker, $700
They're going to give
million
that guy a book deal.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then, Jerry Seinfeld will be, once again, the rich guy in the Hamptons talking shit to the Comedy Store owner in New York, where it's like, he can say that New York is dead.
Yeah.
He's feeling real fucking effects from it, right?
Yeah.
And Jerry Seinfeld is allowed to say that New York is not dead because he's not. So it's like, but really.
Yeah. And it's just, what are we doing with
What are we
SPF
doing?
50? Why isn't SPF 30 enough? I don't know, Jerry.
Sure.
What we're doing anymore with all that shit. Like, eesh. They showed a clip of him doing comedy in the 80s. It's the same, like.
Oh, it's the exact same. He's nothing if not consistent, right? The
Yeah.
other thing I saw today trending was steroids.
Yes.
And I was kind of like, oh, cool. Like, are they going to like tell me
Steroids.
how to do it? Are they going to like give me some kind of,
Yeah.
exact recipe that's going to be good for someone of my stature and body type? No. So it was, it was Trump's steroid tweets, which I loved. So have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen
I was going to
that.
airdrop it to Giorgio, but I don't even know if we're set up for that.
We
So
will be
he did
soon.
it-
We're trying to
he
hire
did a
more people
string-
here. Yeah.
He did a string of tweets, all in caps, that were crazy. And the best meme that I saw, the best comment I saw that was like, Trump on steroids is like Trump on steroids, right? So it's just like, so it's exclamation points and all capital letters, and it's just like pro-life, vote, healthcare, vote, you need to get out there, vote, I'm the one that's do. It was like,
look at these.
right?
I just pulled
and
them
it's like,
up.
Boom,
This
boom,
is amazing.
and they're all seconds apart. Boom, boom,
Yes,
boom,
yes,
boom, boom.
yes, yes,
For
yes,
like
yes.
35 minutes, he was just
Holy shit.
firing these off.
Yeah, these are
And,
never ending. You want to go through these?
I mean, you can. They're all kind of like just policy and then vote. My policy and then vote. Things that I did and then vote. So it's, you can fill in the blanks, right?
So I'll go all caps. I'll just read the ones that are in all caps.
It's all of them, by
Now,
the way, but go ahead.
Keep in mind, I'm only reading the ones in all caps. Stock market highs, vote. Strongest ever military, vote. Law and order, vote. Religious liberty, vote. Biggest tax cut ever, And another one coming. Vote. 401k.
So he's
Vote.
all hopped up,
Space
you guys,
Force.
on
Vote.
shit tons of steroids because of COVID.
Yeah.
And it hit around, I forget what it was. Does it say what time? It was
So 6 hours ago is when it started. So you're looking at.
Oh, it's late, right?
You're looking at 6 a.m. He's up, though. He's an early riser. That one.
He's quarantined on steroids. Like, that could have been at any time, right? But they kicked in.
America.
They had
fuck
just
yeah.
given the injection or what have you.
That's great. Why not? Look, you know what this is being set up for, right? When he comes back all hulked up in 2 weeks, you know?
Sure.
Ready to win the election. He's going to be like, this is why we shouldn't shut down the country. I'm 75 years old. I'm obese. I can beat it. You can beat it.
Yeah, he would never
Fuck
say.
you.
He would never say he's obese. By the way, he won't concede to that.
He made a really funny joke in that video that went out over the weekend, though.
Okay.
Where he was talking about Melania, and he goes, "Look, I'm doing fine. I'm in the age demographic where maybe I shouldn't be doing fine." He's like, "The first lady's doing great. Now she's just a few years younger than me." So she's in a different demographic, and it was really funny. Yeah, it was really funny. But if he comes back and beats COVID and goes full Hulk here in 2 weeks, congratulations. That the election's over.
Sure.
Just hulked up, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
if he paints himself green and then rips his shirt off on the next stage, on the next debate stage,
save our Second Amendment. Vote. Yeah.
Yeah. Bigly. He's going to win bigly.
Yeah, there's all these different theories rolling around, right? Like, does he not want to debate Biden again? So he got COVID? Like,
no,
really?
He'll be back.
Really?
He'll be back.
He's faking COVID so he doesn't have to debate Biden? That's just a little bit crazy.
I'd skip one because of the 14-day quarantine thing that you have to say, but truthfully, you have to say that.
You only need fucking 2 anyway.
That's it, dude. You can beat this, like this shit. If you don't have pre-existing conditions and all this shit, you can beat this in 3 or 4 days, and that's it. But everybody's telling you 14 because, hey, let's be safe and all that.
You want to be safe.
Yeah. So I think he has to say, dude, we're going to miss this debate because of that, or go full Trump and then schedule it the day after. You know, like 14 days. It's like, great, 14-01. I'll go back in a minute after 14-day quarantine.
I know, right?
And then come out to Born in the USA. Springsteen would file a lawsuit. Hey, that's crazy, man. Don't come out to my song. You don't even know what that means, man. Right. Full hulked up, dude. Hulk hands. It'd be awesome if he came out in Hulk hands. Every time he hit the podium, it was just a Hulk hand. And it had the sound effects in them, of the breaking glass.
Right.
It'd be awesome. Huge. It'll be bigly. Looking forward to it. We got some bigly sponsors, Jabes, who put the show on the air. Week in and week out, day after day. First and foremost is ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Finest in the land, finest mattresses in the land. You too at home can get a mattress for 30% off if you're a member of the military, a first responder, a teacher, or work in the government. But right now, their October sale is at 30% off of all bundle packages. So you can get an adjustable base, a mattress, pillows, sheets. You can get take the boards, saw them in half, and weigh your coat down, Ethan Hawke, if you need some weights on there. But they're the finest in the land. You can get them there. 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Grab a pile of leaves from your front yard and then go into your new mattress and throw them on your wife. Make a nice little Instagram video in slow-mo, right?
Absolutely.
It's fall.
It's very fall. 11 hours, a 25% off 2 free pillows sale is ending.
Fuck you, dude. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros right now. Get the mattress and the free pillows, brother.
Get comfy cozy.
Comfy
get
cozy.
0% financing.
Yes.
Pay like $38 a month.
Yes. Next up is StrikeForceEnergy.com, James.
Boom, 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 boom. Shablankers.
Strike Force.
Shablankers.
Was that? I think I was recording quality, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hit it.
Yeah.
I hit that note. Strike Force Energy lasts longer than 5-hour energy. It lasts 6. I know because I tested it on a monkey.
It's anecdotal, but hey.
I found
it
Jessie
does work.
James' monkey out in Drippin Springs. And
you
tested
were the
it on
one?
him. I was the one. Tested the Strike Force on a monkey, went bug fuck. I wouldn't give it to monkeys, but
Sure.
if you're a human out there, put it in your system. Tasty, tiny little tin pouch. You rip it open and squeeze it into any liquid available. Boom, right in your drink, good to go, and congratulations. You're going to be hulking up in no time. I'm sure Trump's all jacked up on the Strike Force. Go to strikeforceenergy.com today and get on it. Promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Jabes. And then Screwball Whiskey. That's your new sponsor. I want to talk about it because I love it, actually.
Yeah.
The white girl in me loves that Screwball Whiskey, dude. Tastes like peanut butter.
We've talked about
I'll
this.
sip on it. We've talked about it before.
Yeah, well, we've talked about that, like, we'll order drinks somewhere.
Yeah.
And the waitress, waiter, whatever, will bring the drinks over and be like, handing me your drink because it's all fruity and it has the fucking pineapple and the thing. And I'm like,
whoa.
And you're like, no, that's for daddy.
That is not true.
So you are more into a tiny bit of sweetness more than I am, right? But I will say the Screwball Whiskey, just in the freezer, I was introduced to it by Ashley and Nick first.
Shit.
And they just had it in the freezer, mixed it with nothing, put it on ice.
Yeah.
Mozzing.
A Moz.
Easy to drink, easy to sip. It's autumnal. You know what I mean? It's autumn. It's getting cooler.
Yeah,
you need
it
something
is.
a little bit warmer. You don't have to put it up, Giorgio. But you
It's,
do have the bottle
look,
on the set.
We're big fans.
I promise to make a graphic for them soon.
Oh, yeah.
No. It's
They're great.
fine. I mean, we're just
I
kind
drink
of
this shit all the time.
we're talking about it because they sent us some product and we love it and we're drinking it. So
Right.
we got to talk about it. Screwball Whiskey. Go to screwballwhiskey.com.
Yes. I want to talk about this. There was a story about your girl, Meghan Markle, and Harry.
Calling her that.
Too bad. You love her, Jabes. And she is our princess from another country who's now our
What
country's
story
princess.
did they leak about themselves?
They
to put
didn't
them
leak this
back
one,
in?
actually.
Okay.
There was like a piece on just who they are as people, and it matches up with what you've been saying. So they talked about, all we do is beg for privacy, but they're starving for attention. And it's like, dude, you can't ask to be, we just want our privacy. We're going to move to, what were they, Santa Barbara?
Montecito. By the way, like, that's the most privacy you can hope for.
Yeah.
Oprah lives there.
Mm-hmm.
You never see her out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's all these people that live there that you never see. So,
Right.
Sure. But also.
So they signed a $100 million deal with Netflix. Okay.
Right.
You're going to have to be front and center for that. And I promise you, I said this a while ago. This is the Rostradamus prediction. They're going to have to make a documentary out of these two dum-dums to recoup that money. And that's what's going to happen. The other one that was shocking to me in this article, and I'm going to lay this out for you and let you decide for yourself what would happen in this situation. She is also reportedly eyeing a run for president of the United States in 2024.
Who?
Meghan Markle.
Shut the fuck up.
Dead serious.
Shut up.
Yeah. Is that crazy? So when I read this,
That's not real.
This is in the New York Post. So
That's a fake
It's not
paper.
like I'm reading
you don't
it in
even
some
know.
rag.
I've never heard of it. I've never even heard of it.
The Post. Everybody reads the fucking
New York.
Post.
I don't even know how to say it. The
Yeah.
New York
Post.
That's so stupid.
To-
It can't
toast?
be true.
Yeah.
Toast?
The Toast.
The what?
The Toast.
Toast?
I've heard of the New York Toast. Now that's a reputable source.
Yeah.
New York Post. I mean, who?
So a close friend of Markle's told Vanity Fair last month she would seriously consider running for president, and that's why one of the major reasons she was so keen not to give up her American citizenship upon marrying into the royal family 2 years ago was for this reason. If she ran for president, obviously we'd be a Democrat, right? The royal family is beloved by Hollywood and all that other shit. Would they even consider this after? Because let's say Biden does lose, right? You would Chris Rock said this on Saturday Night Live, which we'll talk about in a second. Saturday night, he goes, as a Democratic Party, you had two white 75-year-olds running as your president candidates in 2016 and 2020.
Right.
Is there a possibility that they just blow up the party, which I think they should, because they're old as shit. Chuck Schumer and Pelosi and all of them. Same with the Republicans. After this election, start over and get younger if you want to catch up for 2024, for real. Like,
Sure.
Mitch McConnell's done a swell job. He's old as fuck, and most of those guys are old as fuck. Both parties need to get younger at this point. But since it's become a populist contest and a popularity contest, would she have a shot at this?
I'm having such a hard time. Sorry. Just, I can't.
Are they that famous? This is a real question.
No. I think that they are, but not for, but again, what am I talking about? I think if you're going to compare to Donald Trump as far as like just not being very well liked, but also having name recognition enough to win, maybe, but I feel like more people don't like her than like her.
I don't know. You tell me. You hate her.
Hate.
Yes, hates.
Now that bitch, if she gets everything she wants, because we all know that I was almost on Suits, and then I would have had her life and all of that.
Right.
Besides being jealous and all of this, whatever. I also don't like what she's done to the royal family. It's an institution. There's rules you need to follow, you fucking bitch. But look, now you're back home. You're in Montecito, my town.
Yeah.
Have fun, living the dream. I don't believe that she can. I
can't rule out anything now. I cannot rule it out anymore. None of it. Like when The Rock announced, that he wanted to run for president someday, I was like, yeah, he probably will. Obviously he's going to be a Democrat now after coming out for Biden. Certainly can't go Republican after that fucking speech, homeboy.
Right.
Steroids. Why not The Rock's shit in all caps then? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But
he's
yes.
used to it. That's why.
I know.
So Trump, I don't think
he's not used to the steroids. No, he's not.
So when he gets shot up with that shit,
Yeah,
it's like the after school specials, right?
Yeah.
And they just get raged out, and you're like,
do you remember
not
the
how steroid
after school special?
Yeah.
Who was the star of that?
I don't know. DB Sweeney.
Ben Affleck was the star of the steroid one.
Oh, that's right.
When he comes in and just knocks out it's either sister or girlfriend. She's like, what are you doing? He's taking steroids, just eating them out of the bottle. And then he punches her in the face. Bravo.
Sure.
Punches a wall, smashes a jar full of coins on the floor.
Sure.
It's so amazing. He should have won an Emmy for that. Didn't. Whatever. I digress.
Sure.
But after The Rock, Trump, Meghan Markle wouldn't be too left field for me. I'd be like, well, yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are as a country.
Okay. I mean, I just need to hear her talk more.
So, but yeah, I don't even know what she sounds like, to be honest with you.
Well, you can listen to like a Disney show that she narrates.
Oh, that's great.
To hear what she actually sounds
what
like,
does that
because
one
otherwise you don't.
Is she playing a squirrel? Am I going to hear her
No.
or am I going to hear the squirrel?
No, that was my prediction, right? So I'm like, what is she going to play? Some like some squirrel. But no, she actually just narrates like a nature special.
Oh,
easy day. It was an easy day of work for sure.
Lame. Get
Maybe
Morgan
2
Freeman
days
in
total.
there. Yeah. Ah, there's the woodpecker. There's the woodpecker. Beautiful bird. 3 colors, chopping on wood. Why does Meghan Markle need to be in that? Her voice isn't that iconic that I need to hear her voice. She's narrating bird specials.
No,
Gross.
it's like a nature, whatever. Yeah.
Nature is birds. It's birds and trees, and it's just dumb bees.
There's nothing else.
All of that rhymes, by the way.
There's nothing else in nature.
Birds and trees and dumb bees. That's nature, kids. Photosynthesis. That's the only fucking nature words I know,
Okay.
Birds and trees and dumb bees. That's photosynthesis. I'd love to hear a nice gay man from Atlanta who might be straight. I'm not gay. I'm from Atlanta. Read that. Oh, birds and trees and dumb bees. Photosynthesis. Mm-hmm. Let's all party. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Let's go party with each other. I can see her running. I think that's real. I think 100% that's real. I think she's that fucking delusional. Here's the deal, though. If you're a divorcee in her 30s who happens to land Prince Harry, I hate to go Kevin Garnett, but anything is possible. Like, anything is fucking possible then. Yes, she could be fucking president.
Yeah.
Meghan Markle on Suits lands Prince Harry. Yeah, she could be president.
I call her Meghan Markle from Deal or No Deal, but yeah.
That's right. She was a case girl on Deal or No Deal.
It's the only thing
our president hosts The Apprentice.
Right.
Yes, Meghan Markle can open up that case That would be the best. If she went on Instagram to announce it and just opened up the case and it says, I'm running for president.
If she did that, I would like her.
Howie
you know what I
Mandel
mean?
pops out giving fist bumps.
If she did that, I would like her.
Yeesh. It's anything. I'm not going to rule out anything for 2024. All I know is this. Both parties need to get younger and try to figure that the fuck out. But it wouldn't shock me if it was Ivanka versus Meghan Markle and we just had the battle of Instagram. And that's who the president is. You know? Whoever can get on there with Cardi B or Colby Kayleigh, you know, and just go on there and do that. You know? 'Cause that's where we are. That's where we're headed. Biden did Cardi B's Instagram the other day, Instagram Live. So that's where we're at. No, it doesn't shock me at all. It doesn't shock me. I'd like to see Carrot Top run as a libertarian. You know?
He has your same birthday.
I like how you go to the worst person on my birthday, whereas I go to Ric Flair. Woo! Me and Rick have the same birthday as well, but you go C-top on me?
Yeah, well, it's a fave Instagram post I like to do on your birthday, where I'm actually wishing Carrot Top a happy birthday, and not you.
Imagine Carrot Top though, if he did run as a libertarian on the debate stage, and every answer he's like, and then just pulls props out to answer out of his fucking box to answer the questions. The economy. Hang on. And then he just pulls out a fucking piggy bank and it's just endless dollar bills he's pulling out of it.
He just pulls out a dumpster and lights it on fire.
That's what I'm going to do for the economy. You want to talk about steroids, C-tops on steroids. I
was just about to say that. Like, how do you not like him? He is juiced.
Juiced, son. And I knew my fucking, an agent of mine dated C-top. That's real. That is dead serious. And I was like, it was right when he started taking steroids and he was posting a bunch of like shirtless shit. And I was like, I go, what's the story there? And she was like, it's steroids. He's definitely on a lot of steroids. And I was like, all right, cool. But I get it. C-Top was getting made fun of. Like, that was the height of making fun of Carrot Top. And he was like, fuck you guys. I'll do steroids.
Right.
You know? Donald Trump's got to do them because he's got the China virus. China virus running through him. He's got to do it. C-Top was doing it just because he was like, dude, fuck you guys. I'm tired of being made fun of being Carrot Top. Now I'm shredded and I'm just going to roll through the streets. You know who else did that? Was Danny Bonaducci, the doucher.
He got ripped.
Oh, dude, he was juicing up steroids, and then he had his own VH1 show.
Yeah.
And then the pinnacle of that career was when he showed up on the red carpet and somebody was making fun of him, and he took off all of his clothes and was buck naked, and his peeners about this size.
He was housed, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Shitaki'd.
Yeah.
Shiitake.
Were his eyes open? He was housed, yeah.
Yeah.
Was he awake? Was he awake? He was wasted. Yeah, yeah.
If you haven't seen that, I know we talked about it on the show many moons ago. The best episode ever was when they were following him around. He's walking down the street, all juiced up on steroids, walks right into a liquor store in L.A. because they're on every fucking corner there. Goes in and buys two things. A whole thing of Tropicana, a plastic jug of Tropicana orange juice, and then an entire thing of vodka, and then just, and then just started his day.
Right.
Started his day off with a full bottle of vodka and OJ.
Is the douche alive?
The douche is alive. I don't know how, but he's alive. And at one point, he had one of the biggest radio shows in L.A. So he was doing good shit, and then he lost his mind. But if you... Look, we're going to get somebody in here to pop up pictures soon. We just moved to Austin, so we're a little understaffed right now, but we're hiring people. As soon as we can pop up pictures again, the doucher's peener, if you can pop that up eventually, just at home, in your spare time, on Google, his wiener picture was so great. So good.
Do we need an emergency pop?
Punching.
Do I need to get it on there?
Is it...
What?
Punching.
Do we need an emergency? Do I need to set this up right now?
Can you? No. If it would take too long, don't do it.
It doesn't need to be.
We'll catch you on the next show.
I wonder if we should get the douche. I wonder how the
You want to get him on the show?
I wonder how the douche and Alex Jones would do together.
Look, Danny Bonaducci was a pretty decent radio host. I listened to his show. Yeah. So I'm not going to shit on him for that. The rest of his life is as a train wreck, but.
No, there was a reason why he was still able to do that, even in the midst of everything. Yeah. But interesting.
But the photo, here's where I saw it, was Perez Hilton, and I remember exactly where I saw it back in the day, because I screenshotted it and was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is real, and it was real. And then speaking of Perez Hilton, he's trying to make some form of a comeback right now. And this was also in the Post. The most hated man in gossip. There was an article this morning. Perez Hilton now wants to apologize for how mean he used to be to people back in the day and blah, 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 blah. It's weird, man. I remember this face of Perez Hilton in Hollywood when we were there. And it was a big deal if you made his page. Like, that was the dude back in the day, you know? And if you made his page.
I still go to his page along with, like.
Do you really?
Page 6 and No, They Didn't and all of this. Like, just to get your, you know, pop culture news.
Right.
But yeah, he's not as mean, but he's still like, you know what I mean? He's right up there with TMZ and all of those as far as getting stuff.
Well, so his page views are down to like,
I'm sure,
nothing, right? At this point. And the issue with it was, and the reason why was, I want to say maybe 5 or 6 years ago, kind of during this whole like Trump thing and the Me Too and all this other shit and bullying and everything else, right? Mm-hmm. There was a bunch of celebrities that came out and they were like, you know what, man? Lady Gaga was one of them. They were like, fuck you. You know, he would say terrible shit about people, and that was the site. And he wanted to have a child, so we adopted a child and decided to take some time off, which you can't do. Mm-hmm. Took some time off, and everybody else in the meantime, celebrities were like, fuck this guy. And the site went down, and he virtually became invisible.
Right.
And then he had some unfortunate things with age, as some men do. Perez Hilton,
okay.
He went bald, like entirely fucking bald.
I think mostly it was his kid being born, but yeah.
And then
maybe
he got plugs.
Was that.
And he got plugs
mm-hmm.
on top of it, and you know, it's a rough road back. You know, Hollywood is not forgiving in that way. So now he's trying to make amends. The weird part about this article to me was, look, man, that's not why we came to Perez Hilton. So if you're trying to change now, like, that's not what you were. Right. You know, like that's an entirely different person right now. Be like me doing a Christian show after this, you know, where it's just like, oh.
Right, but it was just the time. Like, he was at a time when mean was
the
thing. In vogue, right?
Yeah.
Divas were treated like divas. And if you were mean, it meant that you are better.
He has a new book
not that way anymore.
Coming out, and hence he's doing press for it. It's called TMI, My Life in Scandal. And it was like, people wrote such hateful comments that I couldn't even bring myself to read half of them. And it was like, well, you wrote the worst shit about people on the planet. Now, on the flip side, here's how big he was. If you made it on his page, it was a ginormous deal. And I made it on his page once, and it definitely helped. It made a fucking bump. When I did FDR American Badass, he had posted the trailer on his page in, I think that movie came out in 2012, and the trailer exploded and went totally viral, and it was because of Perez Hilton. So I owe him for that one, for sure. And I reached out, and I said, look, man, we'll have you on the show if you want to come on the show and plug he's got a podcast and everything else. And so I've been going back and forth with him. We'll see if he ends up coming on or not, or if he'll be too butthurt over the election coming up. I don't have an answer for that.
You never know.
But I've been chatting with him. I'm curious to see what all happened and, you know, everything else. But he was in the thick of it, man. He was out there with Britney. Britney was shaving her head and all that shit. Like,
oh, yeah.
I mean, if there was a guy who knew who was tapped into the system back then, it was him. It was a good 10-year run he had of that, where it was just like, man, he was everywhere doing some wild shit. James, we get up a crime corner today?
Oh my gosh, we do.
Yes. Yes. Crime corner. Crime corner.
This one's short but sweet.
Okay.
We'll unpack it together.
Let's do it.
Do you know what I mean?
Put the suitcase on the bed.
Crime corner. Okay. Man arrested for selling farts in jars. Now look.
Got it.
Listen. Just look and listen.
What state?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay.
Nashville. Everyone's moving to Nashville. Guess what happens in Tennessee, guys? Especially during a pandemic. People need to make money however they can. So Tennessee man was cited by authorities for selling his own farts in containers without having a distributing permit.
Oh, distribution permit.
I know,
yes.
whatever.
That's fine.
That is the only problem.
Yeah.
If he had the permit, it'd be fine.
I think he could.
Guess so. Authorities inquired as to whether he had authorization, and the man couldn't reply. He was offering flatulates from various types of food. Okay, so each jar was labeled as
a different food.
Almost like a wine. So it was also ages.
I like
too.
that.
So it was like various types of food. So like this one, for example, would be Chinese food in August. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they're also aged.
That's nice.
Right? With around 150 containers, he was
What
offering
do you pair with
flatulates
that?
as old. Oh, he's as.
Would you pair a red with that? Like a Pinot Noir?
Right. With a Chinese food from August?
Yeah, with a waft of that. What kind of wine pairing would you do with that?
I think I would do more of a crisp. I would do a Sauvignon Blanc, but New Zealand probably. So he was offering flatulates as old as 1 week.
Huh.
So I was thinking it was like aged like a wine, but he did it for a week.
Well,
each jug contained approximately 30% fart and 70% air. Okay, so he's very transparent about what he's actually giving you.
How do you know how much fart? What's the fart to air ratio scientifically that you know that you can confidently seal that jar and say, all right, 30-70 is where we're going with this. That's probably where the FDA got involved, where they were like, hey, we need some scientific tests on this.
Right. So exactly what you're saying was part of the problem. He didn't clearly state like the percentages.
Yeah.
In the sales material.
Yeah.
So additionally, the man didn't have the authorization to offer those farts. So we seized them, they said.
Oh, they seized the farts.
They seized the farts because he didn't have authorization to.
I want to see the evidence locker because you know they've got to be somewhere.
Right. Were they laughing the whole time as they're seizing? I mean,
no.
We've got to take all these, right?
Yeah, we got to take all the jars of farts. How many
Now,
were
usually
there?
if it's beer or something like this, they dump it out, right?
Yeah.
They dump it out in front of you.
Correct.
They're not going to do that with this.
Correct.
That would not be good. He was offering 90 jugs
90
for each day, and many individuals are frantic in light of the fact that now they can't have their sweet, delightful farts. Now...
Who?
It's unclear.
Who is protesting this?
Sure. It's unclear whether this was on the internet or on the side of the street, right?
That he was selling them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you saw that out in public, one would imagine you would have taken just one pic of like, hey, man, there's that fart salesman again. He's back at it, you know?
Yeah.
He had Chinese food, and then later on that night,
Right.
he had the Mexican pizza before Taco Bell took it off the menu.
Right.
Like, now, that would probably be a fart that's probably worth more.
Yeah,
know?
because
You're
or
taking
if
off
it
the
was
menu,
like a
yeah.
McRib or something.
Oh, very, seasonal
Vintage?
things. Yeah. Like, oh, here's a Shamrock Shake fart I had, and then right after,
Right.
you know, St. Patrick's Day is over, and they're
I'd pay big
discontinued
for
them.
that. I'm a big Shamrock Shake fan. You know,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
all about
Well,
say you'd
the
pay
audience
money
knows
for-
that I am, obviously.
No, maybe.
Oh, for the fart itself? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Giorgio. All he heard was Shamrock Shake, and he's like, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
It's a fart,
It's
Giorgio.
a fart, Giorgio.
Not the actual shake. Just go get the shake.
Doesn't smell like Ireland, bro. All right?
You're not going to have the same sensation. But anyways.
Racist.
Crime corner. I mean. People are doing some really interesting things in the pandemic, and I think it's just sort of sad. Like, he was doing what he had to do to make money. They shut him down, just like they shut down everybody else.
I knew
he was trying to make an honest living.
I knew this would happen to him because obviously you can't sell farts in jars. You might be able to on eBay. I'm not sure. You can just sell used
If
socks.
you get the correct permits, what I'm learning here is if you get the correct permits, you know what I mean?
There was a guy
then
in
you
college who used to fart in jars, and then he would release it later.
Mandy came in at the right time.
Welcome, Mandy. Welcome.
Farting in
Again, we're trying to
jars.
get some more help in here because we just moved into Austin, so we got a bunch of people in the office today. But it's always lovely when somebody walks in during a crime corner that involves a man selling his farts in jars. Me personally, yes. So with a fart like that from the Chinese restaurant, you would probably pair that with a steak, and then I would go Pinot Noir. You're saying something different, though.
Yeah.
A crisp Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, because the Chinese food is going to be very thick and rich, right? Very salty, things like this. You need something to cut that. Okay? A red wine is going to add a little bit to that richness. Now, look. Does he need my help? Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe go into
we could at
business
least
with him.
get him the paperwork that he needs.
Did we get a name on this fine fellow?
No, just Tennessee man.
Okay, because I would love to call him up and say, hey, man, get him on the show.
Be like, what exactly?
Because here's the other thing, too. If he was selling 90 a day,
Sure.
I don't know anyone who farts 90 times a day. Now, obviously, you could leave your asshole open and bend over on all fours.
Well, there's
and kind
like I said, they're as old as a
extract
week.
it. They're as old as a
Okay,
still,
so you
90
have
times in a week? It's 10 times a day. No, it's 12 times a day.
If you're healthy, that's going to happen.
12 times a day?
If you're healthy.
That's not true. That can't be
I
true.
don't know, bro.
Maybe.
I
Who
don't know.
knows?
You lived with someone in college that was very healthy.
No, he was not healthy, and that was the point. When he was farting in jars,
But when he
that
started.
was the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he started eating better, kale and all of that, there was.
Oh,
you got
yes,
to
yes,
see
yes. Yeah.
The
That
effects.
guy, yeah, of course.
On your digestive.
Of course, yeah.
But anyways.
Either way, it was a mess, but gonna go ahead and say that might be my favorite crime corner so far. I wonder
buddy.
how much time did he end up serving for farting in jars?
It's not. I mean, he didn't serve any time. He was shut
Oh,
down.
they just took the jars
His
away.
business was shut down, and they seized all the jars of farts.
Yeah, because if he would, hopefully he saved one from COVID.
I think they're gonna keep it for him until he gets the right paperwork.
What I would do if I were him, though, is definitely save a COVID fart for like 5 years. 5-10 years, we can have a nice look back and be like, oh, man, remember the lockdown and COVID and all that shit? It was crazy. I still have one thing from it. Oh, what is it? I bought this fart off this lovely gentleman in Tennessee.
Remember COVID? Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can open that up and, at a party, it'll be a nice thing of like, my gosh, you want a bottle of Pappy? No, we've got this fart in a jar from COVID.
True luxury is like owning a cellar that's at the exact right
Yes.
temperature
Yep.
that you can keep those jars.
Damn right it is.
Anyways.
You're welcome.
We've gone off the rails.
No, we haven't. You're welcome
Yeah, we
for
have.
all of the gifts that we give you day in and day out. It's Monday, people, and Jessie just gave you the best time of your life. So you're welcome for that. Go to iTunes, rates Ross Patterson Revolution 5-star, and leave a quick review. That shit helps, bro. Just fucking do it, all right? Don't axe. Just do, okay? Somebody said that to Paul Bunyan once, and he never listened. You look great, Jabes.
Thanks so much.
Go on out in the world and enjoy your day. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, be best.